Hey, welcome to Wellness Wonderland, your holistic wellness hub. Join us as we dive into the realms of alternative medicine, mindfulness, spirituality, and everything in between. I am your host and founder, Nicole Papageorge, and I guess it's time for me to share my why, share my story. You've heard me interview some awesome people, and I'm not gonna lie, I've had a little bit of resistance towards talking about myself. I don't like it. If you've attended any of my classes or circles, I'm not good at the whole intro thing. Like, I just kind of skip over that part and like get straight into the experience. So here we are. I like to go totally off the cuff, so not planned. I'm just gonna let this intuitively flow. But I guess I'll just start with why Wellness Wonderland first, because it's a really cool story and it's really been a beautiful unfolding. Excuse me. So I realized April 16th of 2023 was the first time that I had a Wellness Wonderland yoga pop-up last year. So it's been a year and a few days. And reflecting back on the growth and expansion of just this last year with myself and then with this business has been insane. It's amazing. I don't know how else to describe it. But yeah, so I started Wellness Wonderland. I was living in a rural town in North Carolina, very tiny little town in the middle of nowhere, and I was in isolation a lot. I was alone a lot. I couldn't really find like-minded community. I didn't really have a friend group there. Like, there were a few people, but there was a lot missing. And I found myself craving community and craving authenticity and connection and just like genuine human connection with like-minded people, open-minded people. And as they say, you can't find it, build it. So I connected with a couple people who were in alignment at the time, and we started doing different like pop-up events in the city in Charlotte. That's where it's established because that's where I'm living. But the goal would be, endless. Why not cap it? I'm not going to put a limit on what I could do here or where it could go. So going back to pop-ups in the park, a lot of them are by donation or free. I personally have never worked at a yoga studio. I have worked at a couple gyms before, but I find that by doing events in public spaces, breweries, parks, you name it, wherever, we've done them all over, but I think it's more of that introductory or that like safer space or that less intimidating space for people to explore wellness, explore yoga, explore a different modality they maybe have never heard of or seen or experienced before in like a more inviting way. So like everyone likes to be outdoors in nature. Yoga outdoors in nature sounds nice. It's free. Why not? Got nothing else going on. It's kind of the mindset I've had behind what we're doing. I want to create a really inclusive, open, safe environment to explore your curiosity and to just hopefully open the door, plant a seed to something that could lead you on the most beautiful healing journey. So I put the collective at the end of it because, again, it has to come back to me and my story, and I guess that's what I'm here to share. It's been a lonely one, an isolating one. I was a lone wolf forever. I didn't grow up very spiritual. I didn't really have friends that did yoga or were into like health and wellness. Like, I was a party girl. I went out and I drank and I had a good time, and that's what I did. And so I guess the shift for me was living in the islands. I had a chance and the privilege to move across the country. I lived in Mexico, I've lived in the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, all over. So it's been a beautiful experience, but I think that allowed me to open my mind to different perspectives, different people, different cultures, different walks of life. And from there, it was a catalyst to wellness, travel, and just my spirituality in general. I've had the most like profound and insightful experiences on my journeys. And I found yoga in my safe haven. I was in a very abusive relationship, and yoga became my safe space. It was my mat where I could connect with myself, I could process my emotions, I could go to the studio down the street and not think about anything, but just like being there and being with me and being able to process what was going on. And I hope to create a space like that for people, because that's what I needed. Like, I was always alone. I was always learning by myself. A lot of my wellness teachings and certifications were online. I did a lot of self-study in 2020 when the world was on pause. I went inward really, really deeply, and it's always been by myself. So I hadn't had the experience of sharing and learning from others and like hearing wisdom from others and experiences from others and being able to practice with people and practice on each other and just have that supportive community that I craved. And not that my friends and family aren't supportive, it's just in a way where other people are also on the like-minded journey, that it's just a different level of connection. And so the goal here is Wellness Wonderland Collective was born, and I aim to just have this be a platform to collaborate, not compete. And there's so many amazing people doing amazing things in the holistic health and wellness space. And I would just want this to be a place to share collective wisdom, to share offerings, to support one another, to connect one another. This is a networking tool. This is a resource for you to maybe dabble in things that are interesting, or to learn about different experiences or different modalities or different techniques. Just to maybe expand your mind, expand your consciousness, maybe look at things from a different perspective, and to just support one another. That's what we're here to do. It's all about collaboration over competition. There's 1,000,001 yoga teachers in the world. There's 1,000,000 sound healers. There's 1,000,000 people that are doing Reiki, but none of them are you. None of them are me, and none of them are the girl down the street. So it's not a competition. We're here to, I think, personally, I believe if you're in this space, you're here to help people, to guide people to their own healing journeys, their own moments of profound insight, and just to be there to hold a safe space for others to explore what you once found and what you're currently on. Everyone has their own unique energy and medicine about them, and their own niche and their own techniques to mold, and everyone's different, and that's what's so beautiful and so unique. So this is a space to hopefully connect like-minded people doing similar things in the community, and maybe bring them together and do something even bigger, more powerful, and more impactful. This is a podcast for me to learn how to share my voice from an authentic place without fear, because it's super scary. And for others to do the same, to share wisdom and to maybe reach more of an audience that aren't just in Charlotte right now. And I would love to hear from anyone that this resonates with. If you want to come on, if you have cool things to share, if you're up to something, if you have a story, which we all do, like, this is a space for you too. This isn't me, it's not about me. I'm just here to create a platform to help everyone else and uplift everyone else and me along the journey. And in that, I have found the most amazing support that I didn't realize was around me the whole time. Like, I was looking down and I didn't see it, and by being able to show up authentically and just put yourself out there, even if it's messy, even if it's not perfect, even if I'm recording a podcast on Zoom, like, you gotta start somewhere, and you have to just do it and face the fear and silence those limiting beliefs and just go for it. Because if not now, when? And yeah, that's, I think, a whole rant that I hope makes sense to you guys. But that's what I'm up to here. It's a collective effort. It's consciously curated events, collaborations. It's a podcast to share wisdom and voices. And I'm sure it's going to evolve and grow and to be something so much more amazing, to know that we started in pop-ups in the park and it's come full circle to this a year later. I just hope you guys are excited as I am and want to stick along the journey and be a part of the journey and maybe share it and just like and support it along the way. It means the world. It just feels really good to be putting this out into the world and to be creating space for people, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful fucking thing to witness. Sorry, pardon my language, but it really lights me up and it makes me emotional to think about it, honestly, because I've come a long way and I'm proud. I'm proud of myself and I'm proud of all of the people that I've had. I didn't think this would happen, but here we are, authentically showing up. I just did never expect it to be this way. It's better than I ever could have imagined, and it's just this innate feeling that I need to do without ever having this concrete idea of exactly what it's looking like, but allowing it to unfold as it should and as it's been doing, and evolving and shifting and molding along the way. It's been a journey in and of itself, and it's a direct reflection of my journey and my experiences. And after all, I think that's why things happen, is to be able to create and alchemize pain into pleasure, or pain into space to be able to support others. So here we are. I'm going to be done talking about myself now, but if any of this resonates, please like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend. Big thanks for tuning in to Wellness Wonderland. You can follow us on social media at Wellness Wonderland Collective for daily inspiration, insights, and all the awesome things going on in the community. I'm always sharing all these local events on there, so it's kind of your one-stop shop to find out what's going on in the space in Charlotte and beyond. If you guys want to come on the podcast, please DM me there. Until next time, stay curious, stay well, and lead with love in all you do.